Last year, this SCCY CPX-2 tried to kill me. Okay, whoa. That was a little bit scary right there. Okay, maybe saying it tried to kill me is kind of an exaggeration, but that incident was still very scary and very dangerous. What happened right there was what's known as a hang fire. I had pulled the trigger all the way to the rear, but the hammer got stuck and didn't actually fall until I released the trigger. I don't think it's supposed to do that. So I sent the gun back to SCCY for them to fix, and I just got it back from them here recently. So in today's video, I want to talk about my experience with their customer service, and spoiler alert, it was not good. And then after that, I'm gonna send live rounds downrange with this homicidal little firearm to see if they actually fixed it. Objective number one for this video, don't let this gun kill me. So, SCCY's customer service. Yeah. I contacted them to see about getting an RMA form so I could ship the gun back to them. And after a lot of confusion on their end, for some reason, thinking for no reason that I was like an FFL or something, and me having to explain to them that, no, I'm not an FFL, I'm just average Joe consumer trying to do a warranty repair with you guys, I finally got the RMA form from them, and then I had to impose on my local FFL by having them ship my gun back to SCCY for me. You see, SCCY's got this weird policy that warranty repair shipments need to be done through an FFL. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, but I'm not aware of any law which requires firearm warranty repair shipments to be done through an FFL. I mean, there's no transfer or anything like that going on here. Like just a couple of years ago, I had sent in my Remington 783 for a warranty repair, and I was able to ship the gun myself, and the manufacturer shipped it straight back to my door. Now, okay, maybe something's changed since then, or maybe it's different for handguns. I don't know. If that's the case, please let me know down in a comment. But again, I'm not aware of any law which would mandate that FFLs have to handle firearm warranty repair shipments for you. Now, is it really all that big a deal for me to have to ship the gun through my FFL? Well, no, for me, it's not. But I just don't like having to inconvenience the guys at the gun store with a shipment that they're not really making any money off of. I just don't think it's all that fair to them. Quick side note, in addition to me, of course, paying for the shipping, I also offered to pay the guys at the gun store for their trouble with having to handle the shipment, but they're all super cool down there and they didn't charge me for it. So anyways, I sent the gun off on January 16th of this year and then just settled in for the wait while they fixed it. But fast forward about a month to the middle of February, I still hadn't heard anything from SCCY. I never got a confirmation from them that they had even received my gun, no updates on the status of the repair, nothing. So I shot him a quick email just asking for an update on the status of the repair, and in response I got, so a week goes by and I call them and I get their voicemail and I leave them a message. And do I get a call back? Well, actually, no, I don't. And that cycle of calling them about once a week or so, leaving voicemails with nobody ever getting back to me goes on until like the middle of March, when by some miracle, I finally managed to get someone on the phone. Now keep in mind, by this point, it's been like 2 months since I had shipped the gun back to them. So I ask, what is the status of my warranty repair? And I'm told that they hadn't even started on it yet because they've been short-staffed. Now, I get it. Times are tough out there, right? And a lot of businesses are having a very difficult time filling some positions. So I don't fault SCCY for that. That's totally outside of their control. What I do fault them for, though, is completely ignoring me for like a month. They couldn't respond to my emails. I left them voicemail after voicemail, and they could never call me back. That is totally inexcusable in my opinion. So then the customer service rep tells me that they're going to be starting on the gun here pretty soon, and it's not going to be much longer. Okay, great, fine, whatever. So before I ended the call, I told them, please let me know when you do ship the gun back, just so that I can give my FFL a heads up that the gun is coming their way. And the rep told me that they would do that. So fast forward another couple of weeks or so, and I still hadn't heard anything back from SCCY. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna have to call them again to try to get an update. But before I could do that, my phone rings, and it's not SCCY calling me to tell me that the gun is on its way. It was my local FFL telling me that my gun was ready for pickup. And yeah, SCCY never did let me know that they had sent the gun back, so that way I could give my FFL a heads up. Not cool. So when I picked the gun up, there was zero documentation with it. There was nothing that said what was wrong with the gun. There was nothing that said what work they did to the gun. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There was just this gun in the box. That was literally it. And that's very disappointing because I would very much like to know why this gun tried to kill me. So I got to give SCCY's customer service a huge thumbs down on this one. Not because of how long it took them to get the gun back to me, but because of their complete lack of communication and just outright ignoring me. Like, they would never respond to emails. They never could call me back. That's totally inexcusable. Oh, also the fact that they couldn't even provide any documentation about what work they did to the gun and what was wrong with it. I've never heard of that. That's weird, I think. Kind of suspicious too. It's like, what are you guys trying to hide? Why would you not provide documentation saying what was wrong with the gun and what work you did to it? Kind of weird. So just looking at the outside of the gun, they obviously replaced the trigger because the original trigger was curved. This one is flat, so they replaced the trigger. Cool. Did they do anything with any of the internals? Who knows, because they didn't provide any documentation with their warranty repair. So yeah, let's just see what this new trigger is all about. Clear, apply pressure. Ugh, okay. Yeah, all right. It is a little bit lighter than the original trigger. It's still extremely heavy, don't get me wrong, but it is a little bit lighter, so that's an improvement. As you pull through, it does feel smoother. On the original, you could feel things like grinding in there. It was just like fingernails on a chalkboard. It wasn't good. This new trigger still isn't good, don't get me wrong, it's still horrendous, but it is an improvement over the original one. And the hang fire issue does seem to be fixed, like as we're dry firing right here, the hammer is falling every single time. So that issue does seem to be fixed, but the only way to know for sure is to put live ammunition inside of this Terminator gun.
I'll be back.
This is a Terminator gun. I just made that up. So yeah, that's the only way to know for sure. So I actually don't have a will ready to go at the moment. I should probably get that in order before I give live ammunition to this Terminator gun. Now remember, last time I put live ammunition into this gun, it tried to kill me. Yeah, so yeah, don't let that happen today. Okay, here we go. There's a round in that chamber. Look at there. Okay, gonna be extra careful with this gun. Okay. I mean, it hasn't killed me yet. For some reason, I can't seem to hit anything with it, though, either. That's better. Probably because of this horrendously heavy trigger. I hate it. You thought a Glock trigger was bad. Pfft. Glock trigger's got nothing on this thing. Okay. So the slide still didn't lock back after the last round. That is so annoying. Like, come on. All right, well, first magazine, no hang fires. That's good, I guess. Let's try one more magazine. And then, yeah. Should I do a mag dump? kind of feel like I should just to see about this gun, you know. Here we go. All right, it emptied the magazine, but the slide doesn't lock back after the last round. I hate that. That's so annoying. So the gun seems to be fixed, okay? I would still want to run a ton more ammunition through it to make sure, but it doesn't seem to be hang firing anymore. So whatever SCCY did to it, other than the trigger, I mean, whatever they did to it, it seems to have worked. So, okay, great. But yeah, I still do not recommend that you buy any SCCY products because number one, you don't know if you're going to get a gun that is literally dangerous with those hang fire incidents. And then number two, if you do have some kind of a problem with one of their products, good luck getting any kind of customer service out of them. Yeah, like we talked about, it's terrible. All right, it's terrible. So yeah, SCCY, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. This product is junk and your customer service is horrible, okay? And I'm not saying that out of any kind of bias because I have no bias about this gun. Because when I bought this gun with my own money, when I bought this gun and I went into that initial review video last year, I went into it with an open mind, okay? I knew it was a cheap gun. I knew there was going to be some things that I wouldn't like about it, but I had an open mind and I was willing to give it a try to see what this gun was all about. And boy, did it show me what it was all about. The thing tried to kill me, okay? Maybe an exaggeration, whatever, but this gun was still literally dangerous at that time. And then when I sent it back to the manufacturer to try to get some customer service, try to get them to stand by their product, yeah, they just they completely ignore me, don't respond to emails, don't return phone calls. So yeah, run the other way from SCCY and any of their products. So that's it. I'm sick of this gun. I don't want this thing on the channel anymore because I hate it. All right. So until next time, show me them firearms, but do not show me one single SCCY handgun. Just get rid of these things, okay?